Hi gang, this is me, Mike G on Mr. GTV, introducing a weekend of chat, because I'm here for that. And I'm going to be talking to you at 3 UK time on Mr. GTV. Mr. GTV, talk to me at 3, Mike G. These rhymes are really, and do it for me, because I'm a wordsmith, I'm a hypnotist. If you understand the etymology, which is the root of the language, you can get to the bottom, literally the root, the bottom, the foundations of a language that exposes some hidden knowledge, some really interesting occult clues to what's going on in the world. I want to share with you this weekend on Mr. GTV at 3 on Saturday and Sunday some fascinating insights into religion, politics, government, human nature and society. Probably won't conclude it in 2 sessions, Saturday and Sunday at 3, but it will be a start. The whole idea of Mr. GTV is to share positive news and views and to give you free life coaching, emotional and mental support, because that's what I do professionally. I have a clinical service because I work as a civilian consultant for many health authorities, for many government authorities, education authorities, and although I've backed off with some of those while I'm in Thailand currently, I'm very much in touch with people who have still got the finger on the pulse, even though I've got my finger off the pulse at the moment. But when I return to the UK very shortly, I'll be back in business clinically, and then I've always worked holistically. Holistically means taking a whole approach as to what you are, what I am, what business is. It's the mind, body, spirit aspect, the physical, the mental, emotional, the spiritual or the energetic or the humanistic, or the essence of what drives you and me, which I would call your soul. You might call it something else. You might be locked into a belief system, and if it works for you, I hope that your God is kind to you. I'm living in a Buddhist country at the moment. I was Church of England, brought up going to Sunday school. That's what you did as an early 60s child. And when I went to a grammar school, we started the day by singing Jerusalem and the Lord's Prayer. Now, a lot of those things now are banned. Secular schools have got to take a secular view, a non-religious standpoint, because they say that certain religions are offended. I'm going to be talking about that in a non-offensive way, because I think all religions are empowering. I think all prophets had value. I think that all seers and all truth talkers and truth seekers are all pretty much after the same thing, but people with other agendas have spun some ancient truths and many of the scriptures and the writings of some very wise sages, and have divided us with them. I think that's a massive shame. They've corrupted, or a better word would be prostituted, for their own gains, information and inspiration that needs to be revealed again. I've not got all the answers, but I think as a community, if we work together as a unity and commune in that community, in other words, talk about it, we can make some sense about it, make some sense out of it, without argument. There's no reason at all why we can't still love each other and get on and discuss different points of view without it becoming an argument. So this weekend at 3 on Mr. GTV with me, I'm going to be discussing duality, religion, politics, society, humanity, and I think you'll find it fascinating, and I hope you join me. If you don't find time, but I hope you do, but if you don't find time, you can watch the replay and contribute. When I set up this channel back in October, I intended to interview people, and I started to do that, but I found it quite difficult, to be honest with you, to get people to come on. And I think there's two reasons for that. One is lack of confidence, which is understandable, but the other one is that quite often people don't want to be putting their head above the parapet. In other words, they don't want to stand out. They don't want to... Well, society at the moment has made people scared to speak, and a lot of people, unfortunately, I don't think people in this group, but they're quite judgmental, and they're not afraid of criticising, pointing the finger, heckling and putting people down. I get a lot of that, but I don't respond to it. But I know a lot of people who would like to share their truth, share their wisdom, share their knowledge, share their experiences, sort of hesitate because they don't want to be in the limelight. I'm hoping that on Mr. GTV we can welcome people for interview, and people will offer themselves for interview without fear of criticism, heckling, being put down or made wrong. Just because somebody says something which you might not agree with doesn't make them stupid, doesn't make them wrong for them if it's their truth, doesn't mean that they shouldn't have a voice. Unfortunately, at the moment now in February 2022, our voices are being silenced, and you know what I'm talking about, and I've been a victim to that. I've been deplatformed, I've had several strikes and warnings, and I've appealed them all. I got struck off for 3 weeks, and then I was threatened to be struck off for 90 days. It stood for 3 days. I appealed, and I managed to stand my ground, prove my case, and thankfully Facebook reviewed it, and I got reinstated. I want this Mr. GTV to be a place where people feel safe to talk, where they feel able to express themselves with honesty, as long as it's positive. And there's absolutely no problem, and this is a pretty good thing in terms of life coaching and learning, that you can positively criticise. Positive criticism is absolutely fine, but negative criticism and devaluing people, there's no place for that, either in this channel, in my life, coming out of my mouth, or I don't want it in my ears. I don't want to see it. As I posted the other day, I think it was top tip 45 on Michael Garner: speak no evil, hear no evil, and see no evil. We've got to learn to tolerate each other, to be far more tolerant. So as this channel grows, as this page goes through 2022, me and you, I'm hoping to create debate, to have open, free discussion, positively, constructively, and kindly and lovingly. And as I say, I'm going to start at 3 for free, sharing duality and my take on politics, religion, humanity, and what's going on in the world at the moment, and has been going on for centuries, probably millenniums, but it's very prevalent at the moment, and people are talking about end times. I think we're in shifting times. Humanity will never come to an end, and neither will this planet. Humans are survivors. This planet has been here for millions and billions and trillions of years, and it's still got lots of life in it, and there'll always be life on it. Whether it's as we recognise today or not, the planet's going to be absolutely fine. We don't have to save the planet, but I rather feel that we've got to save our own sanity and get back to some sort of normality. And the way that we'll do that is by creating not just a community unity within Mr. GTV, but extending that to be more kind and to create community and unity where you live, in your street, in your village, in your town, in your city, in your country, in your nation, in the United Kingdom, or in Asia where I am, or in Europe, wherever you are. Learn these lessons, take these stories, love each other, be positive and kind, and then radiate that so that we can shift from the shit and make it a better place to live in this world. And it starts with you and me on Mr. GTV, in my opinion. So join me at 3, Saturday and Sunday. Take positive part in it and share this so that other people who have got a point of view can speak out, be heard, be valued, be respected. And if you're not able to give some time up, maybe for an hour on Saturday and Sunday, or Saturday or Sunday, whichever one you can join, both hopefully, then watch the replay, share, subscribe, be part of it, because the world, society, humanity is going through a massive shift, and I feel that we ought to know more about the background of it. In other words, the stuff that we're not being told. And it's all positive from me, although in a world of duality, I think you'll find it very interesting, very revealing, very inspiring, quite shocking. But if you don't know what's going on, then you don't know what to do about it. And all the stuff that I'm sharing with the meditation and the colour therapy is also running. I hope you're doing that, I hope you're enjoying it, I hope you're evolving and growing through that, because it's usually in that process that you'll find peace, happiness, success and health in life and business. Be powerful, enjoy your mind, and look out for me at 3 this Saturday and Sunday on Mr. GTV. Have a wonderful day. God bless.